Why, hello everyone, and welcome to the stream. This is Otaku Showboat. Today is Sunday, August 6th, 2023. I have a cat next to me who wants to get on my lap really badly, but the thing is, there's a microphone in the way. So he's going to be comfy on the side, on the table, and we'll see him shortly. So, what's been going on? Well, you can probably tell that there's a little bit of a difference on today's stream compared to previous streams, and that is the background. That is not my green screen. That is not my green screen, nor is it an image, nor is it a static image. This is an actual bookcase with actual things that I can touch and move. Yes, it's actually there. I have relocated the bookcase that was against the wall next to me to be. It's literally in the middle of the room and right behind me, like just hanging out, poking out in the middle of the room, free floating. I have to have like a piece of heavy furniture with like boxes on it behind the thing so that the thing doesn't like topple backwards, because that's also what this thing does. Since I'm on carpet in this office, since it's on carpet, it wants to just fall back. Like, really? You couldn't have put a sturdier base on that thing so that it wouldn't actually fall backwards when there's stuff loaded onto it? It weighs a frickin' ton with all the books that are on it, but yeah, you can sort of see I've got my like 3D printed game stands that I'm using up 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 here, and I've got game cases without any games in them because it's just the cases since I've sold all the games at this point. Um, yeah, and manga and light novels. All these are the light novels, more light novels, manga down here, this section. Yeah, I wanted to, have a more appropriate background for, my name. I think it's a little bit more appropriate of a background for my name. Being Otaku Showboat. That should be like the clear indication of why I'm named what I'm named. Anyway, so that was hell to accomplish. I did that yesterday, day before yesterday. I think it was Friday. So, not that screen, this screen. Hi. Welcome. There be cat. There be cat. There is cat. Hello cat. Yes, that's my arm. That's my arm, Mr. Cat. Mr. Cat is here and with me, and he's on the desk. You can see even the bookcase behind. Yes, the bookcase is there. Hello, Ollie. Hello, big Ollie. He's comfy. He's comfy. He wants attention. So, outside of that, what's been going on? Well, we're streaming on Sunday. This is our first Sunday stream on the Nullius playthrough. So, hello and welcome to that. I am going to be streaming on Sundays going forward, and I've done a few things in our save to talk about, and it won't be quite as much since we last streamed on Thursday. Not quite as much as a Thursday to Tuesday, of course, but yeah. Let's get into it, shall we? Last time we met, there's a gnat flying around. Last time we met, we got through some checkpoints at the physics tier of technology. And what did we really do? I don't even remember at this point. It's just, everything is blending together now. I did things and stuff. And that's all I remember. Things and stuff is what I did. Did we even do any bespoke factory? We did tritium. That's what we did last time. We made tritium / also deuterium because they come together. I got both of those things They both exist now. That was like our build that we did on Thursday. And then it was a whole bunch of like trying to scale things up, try to reduce science bottlenecks and all that good stuff. At this point, I'm just trying to get through and clear remaining technologies. However, I do need to get through 2 more checkpoints before we can research astronomy here and be able to make satellites. We will need to be able to make the silo that launches rockets into space. And look, there's a rocket made in the silo. This is the recipe that the silo needs to complete in order to perform a launch. Now, as far as I am aware, as far as I am remembering, yes, Mr. Cat, as you decide you want to move and back up. Yes, Mr. Cat. I think you only have to do this one time. Because normally with rockets, you make like the rocket parts and you have to do multiple parts. This is making the actual rocket, so I would imagine that you only do this one time, and that is that. And you launch the rocket. So this will be the cost of the rocket to launch the rocket, plus the satellite that you put as the payload on the rocket, which will be here. And I don't know how much astronomical data we get out of this. You get 50 boxes, which is 250 units of the science. 250 science packs per launch. Satellite, not like 1,000 or anything, but still. It's something that we are not going to get to in this stream, but we are going to work towards at least clearing these final checkpoints. To that end, between streams, what I have done is, well, we have the productivity modules available now, these level 2 productivity modules. So I've done a bit of upgrading on that front. We also have access to nanofabricator 2s, so I am working on upgrades on that front. And I've had to scale a couple of factories on the train network. I've scaled up. I've actually added a factory specifically to make capacitors. So I added a capacitor factory to provide that to my mall. I have also scaled up additional silicon ingots over here through boxed silicon ingots. This process is from scratch, basically. It's from sandstone and processing the sandstone into sand, taking the stone byproduct and producing additional sand out of that stone byproduct, bringing in some sulfuric acid to get rid of the mineral dust, and processing the sand into silica with saline water, and then processing the silica into ingots with oxygen. All right, that makes a bit. It makes 150 ingots, I'm pretty sure. Yeah, it's 150 silicon ingots per second. Which, you know, that's 2 green belts total. I could change this to green, but at the time, I didn't quite have enough mini loaders, which we now can make and have these green mini loaders. That's fantastic. Right now, it looks like my limiting factor is sensor 1s. Great. Actually, my limiting factor is drone launchers and whatever I need for drone launchers. Batteries. Batteries have been a limiting factor lately. I can remember where the heck my battery factory is. There's the battery factory. I've upgraded the buildings in here, so it is more than previously, but it's still not enough. I also added this section to this factory in order to have additional acrylic. I got rid of the request for acrylic and brought in acrylonitrile instead, because I have a bit of that being produced and put onto the train network. I want to use it, so I'm using it here, just converting into the solid from the fluid by adding water, because whatever reason, adding water to the fluid, two fluids equals a solid, apparently, in the flotation cell. And yeah, that is that. It's like close to 2.5 per second of the batteries in that build currently, but I do need more. I need lots more as we go along. However, we're going to start by setting up what should be a checkpoint to clear. Now, I'm not sure which building I need for this. What building do I need for you? I need a small or medium assembler in order to build missile 2s. So let's go ahead and set that up, shall we? We need missile 2s. We specifically need to use a missile 2. Now, the only real way to use that missile 2 at this point in time would be to actually, like, launch it with a missile launcher. I should have missile launchers. Oh god, I will need fusion cells for this. Alright then. We have a mission. We need fusion cells. Alright, well, good thing we have tritium and deuterium. I need to actually go here to this because we're not gonna wait. Tritium. There you go. Alright, so these fusion cells. What do we need? Oh, and it's also going to make a spent result, right? A spent fusion cell, and that will reprocess with water into empty canisters. Great. You actually lose empty canisters in this process. Thanks, that was a great idea. And you get helium and wastewater to have to deal with. Wonderful. Alright then, this is made in chemical plants. Let's get chemical plants. We also need to make rocket fuel, that's the other thing. Make and consume rocket fuel. Where are my chemical plants? There you are. Oh boy. And we're gonna need, like, a lot of crap, aren't we? A lot of fluids. Alright, you. That's the reprocessing, that's not... Oh no, that is just the make the fusion cell, alright. I think I was looking more at the rocket fuel. Where's the rocket fuel? There you are. You need a ton of fluids. All of which I have here. I'm pretty sure I have, like, all of it in the mall somewhere. Various locations. Ugh. Erg. Arg. You. Go away. I need compressed oxygen. I should set this up to, like, make infinity, but oh well. To make, like, scalable amounts. But nah, we don't need that. Not right now. What we need is compressed oxygen and a whole bunch of crap that I probably don't even have. Yib. That I don't even have at the mall. I should be specific. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Really? I know I need to, like, request iron oxide. And I will need to have salt as well. Okay, let me think a moment. I need compressed oxygen. I will need to make compressed oxygen from my electrolysis. I will also need salt, and we can get salt not through this. Interesting. Give me that recipe. How much compressed? 15? Yeah, you make a little bit more than 15. Just add water. Glorious water, hello. And welcome to the stream. I need water. I need some waba. Give the waba. Need the well, water well. Give me water well. Probably only need the one. And I'm thinking about it. How am I doing? I'm okay. So far. So far. So good. There that goes. There that goes. And there that goes. Yay. I have rocket fuel. It exists. I need to consume 5 of it. Now that I have 6 of it, how to consume rocket fuel? Well, let me just do that real quick. And then grab that rocket fuel, which should be here. 1. Oh, wait. Really? That's weird. That's different behavior. That's mildly annoying. So that should count as using it. Yes. Like, the thing has to actually be active and start consuming it. Which is a little different. I could do this just by, you know, picking up the thing. That clears the checkpoint. Checkpoint cleared. Also, all of my trains now have batteries. Battery 2s. So thank you, Train Replacer Mod. You have cleaned out all of the old methanol fuel from all of the trains. I can also confirm that even trains that had a mix, or that in the case of trains that had a mix of batteries and methanol fuel, So any train that I didn't manually replace and that wasn't replaced previously that used up methanol fuel and then refueled with batteries, the train replacer requested those trains that still had the wrong fuel, quote unquote, and it cleaned out all of the empty canisters. It pulled out the empty canisters, it pulled out the methanol canisters, and it resets the actual fuel in use as well. So you don't have to worry about there still being fuel value of the wrong fuel type, resulting in a spent result that can muck things up. It just cleans it all out. And in that case, where you have the mix, where you have batteries and the methanol fuel, it requested them, it pulled out the methanol fuel, and it did not add additional batteries. Because it already had enough. It did not, like, fill all of the stacks, which in this case is actually pretty good because I didn't have enough to really fill in the stacks of every train that needed to have that happen. Good, you started Nullius. Good luck. This is still the easy part. We're still in the phase of the game where I would say that this is still the easy part. Anyway, so I'm not going to be using fusion cells. I'm not going to be consuming them through fuel, so I won't have to worry about the spent fuel result for them. Also, all of my trains are level 3 trains. I need to make that clear. Between streams. Last stream, we set up level 3 trains, I unlocked them between streams. Something along those lines. I have them. I made them. They were actually pretty simple to make. I just put the building down and made them. And now every single train in the base is a level 3 train. So all my trains are fast. They're pretty fast. They can go faster if I gave them rocket fuel, but I don't think I want to give them rocket fuel. I will give them battery 3s at most, or whatever the top end battery is. Whatever the top end battery. Battery 3 is the top end battery. It has vehicle acceleration of 160%. I hear a cat behind the thing. Versus battery 2, it has more than double the fuel value, and it is an increase on acceleration and on top speed. So that is good. It is not the best, but it is what we will go with as the best, because I do not want to deal with the fact of rocket fuel being, frankly, a bit of a pain in the ass to make, and it has alumina as a spent fuel result, and I don't want to deal with alumina as a spent fuel result. I can do it. I totally did it with silica as a spent result from, oh wait. I just screwed myself, didn't I? Da 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 da. Yep. Bronies. You move out of the way. This train needs to leave. I just remembered I need to actually add this to this up here and like have prioritized input. I have to like box it and prioritize the silica input here for going into ingots. It's not going to matter in the slightest at any point, I'm pretty sure, because the way that it's ordered, this ingot will be preferentially pulled first over the other ingot production. So I will always use all of the byproduct silica here that comes in. It will always get preferentially put into ingots, and these ingots will always be preferentially consumed first. So I don't have to really do that up there. It's just in case. A just in case thing. I do that. So, as I was saying, I've already done exactly that thing that you would need to do with the alumina with silica. I just don't want to do it again. I don't want to do it in the first instance, but I have to. If I don't have to, I'm not going to. So, yeah. That's my opinion on the matter. I need 2 fluid inputs. And I need to do this way the hell ass down this way. Because I'm actually beginning to run a little bit low on mall input stations. Which is gonna suck adding more of them. Alright, you are free. And tritium. And do deuterium. Excuse me? Wait, what? Ah. Please don't die. Please don't get hit by train. That would be sad. Maybe this should be like, I don't know, over here. Alright, now what's what? I think this is tritium and this one's the deuterium. So that is now done. We just need some productivity. Ba-da-ding! Created the first fusion cell. And there they go. And they're off to the races. You eat up 1.6 tritium per second. I am making 1 tritium per second right now. Just so as we're clear on that, I will need to, yeah, probably do this. You haven't launched a rocket in 900 hours? It's a bit much. Like, did you, play with mods? Because that would be the only explanation, is that you didn't complete a vanilla game before going straight into mods. Because even my, like, first playthrough was not that long. I think it was, what was it? 20? 20, 30? Somewhere around there. Very first playthrough of the vanilla game. I did restart before I finished a playthrough, because at the time, 0.17 version 0.17 was in beta when I had first bought this game. So the launch release is actually 0.16, and I saw that, oh hey, there's an update. I'll start a new game with the update, and there was a lot that changed between 16 and 17, including some science recipes. At least one science recipe changed. I think it was production science changed. between 16 and 17. But anyway, and then there were bunches of more changes after that, including to oil, which I was not a fan of. Still not a fan of. So this just needs yield module 2s to exist, as well as missile 1s to exist, which would help if it had sensors existent. Alright, where are my sensors? Why you no sensor? Because glass. Yo, why no glass? Where be glass? Glass be here. Glass be moving. Oh, I know what happened. I know exactly what happened. I know exactly what went on. So you know that issue we just fixed where we had the silica train stuck behind the silicon ingot train that couldn't go to its depot? Yeah, that's what happened. The silica train wasn't able to deliver anywhere, including to glass, so now the glass is moving again. Now that I have fixed that little issue. What techs are available? That one. I will need to get this one, which will mean going through that checkpoint. Okay. So where was glass? Because I need to actually upgrade. Upgrade the glass. Upgrade the glass. I need to change out those foundries with level 3 foundries and add productivity modules to them. Yeah, so vanilla oil, I still don't actually like the change that they made with the vanilla oil. I disagree with it fundamentally. Like it is not a good was not a good decision, actually, to have the basic oil only make petroleum gas. That was not ideal. Like all that it served was to kick the can to a little bit later. Like that was the only thing that it really did, was it pushed a little bit of complexity change that you would have to deal with to be a little bit later. Woohoo. Woohoo. Because initially they had oil processing giving you heavy oil, light oil, and petroleum gas. At chem science, you would need to do this before, and to get into chem science at basic level of processing. And that's the point in the game where it taught you, hey, this is the thing that you'll need to do, that you need to do, that it is expected of you that you need to do this. And then they changed it to only be petroleum gas at the start, and it's like, okay, but there's also advanced, then you need to do advanced, and that's still going to be the same thing, the same puzzle that you have to solve. So you literally did nothing. Oh, but now you don't have to worry about the, like, actually getting the input wrong on which side has water for the advanced processing, because they only have the one input for the oil now. Like, okay, great. You could have done that to begin with. You could have still done that and still had the 3 outputs. Like, okay, sure. And it introduces an issue where, okay, someone who's brand new to the game will make an oil processing setup with the only output being petroleum gas, and build in such a way now that there may not be space to convert that build to the advanced setup because they didn't know about the other two outputs. Or they didn't know that they would be different outputs. So the whole idea of this change being so that a player wouldn't have to, or it would be a reduced chance to have to rebuild your oil setup when you change to advanced, goes completely out the window. It's like, come on. Like, you couldn't have seen this? You couldn't have predicted this? That this would be a thing that can happen? Like, come on. Like, you just replaced one issue with a different issue that is exactly the same as the initial issue. Only the people who know are affected by this, really. Or the like, if you already know, to set up ahead of time the like actual arrangement of your choice of pipes to allow for those other two outputs. So it's like, okay, so I'm experienced with the game at that point. So again, why do we only have the basic, just the petroleum at basic? Because like, I know that there's two other outputs and I have arrangements for the two other outputs, then I have experience. I know about a solution already to this. Like, I know already. So clearly this is a thing for new players, but then you run into this issue with new players not knowing about these two other outputs that are going to exist and that you have to deal with. And so they're probably going to not have arrangements of pipes that will allow for those two other outputs unless they've looked it up ahead of time and know ahead of time. In which case, then they know ahead of time. And therefore, it wouldn't be such a big deal about only having the one output. Like, it was a completely unnecessary change. Fundamentally unnecessary change. Change for the sake of change. And that is one thing that I absolutely despise, is change for the sake of change. What the hell has happened at my graphene, and why do I not have any of it? It is because I simply do not have enough graphene. Interesting. I have eaten all of my graphene on those battery 2s, I would imagine. So let's go over here and get a bit more of that, shall we? Have you happened yet? No, of course not. Did I even do what I was going to do at the glass? Probably not, because that's just I was just like, you know. Alright, I upgraded, but I didn't. I did upgrade it at the very least. I didn't really do anything else here. Not even realizing, oh hey, this is gonna use more silica. Then 15, there you go, enjoy. This will probably make more than 15 glass, so I have to do this. There you go, enjoy. I will maintain my dislike of that change to the oil as being arbitrary until the end of time. Why do I even have that in there? I don't need that in there. Right. Are you limited by anything? I would hope not. Alright. How many are there? 19? That's a weird number. Why 19? 2.21. I guess I planned out for 1, and it came up to 19 of the regular, the level 1 nano fabricators. I must have planned for 1. Oh, you used compressed argon. Hey, I have a thing I can do with that. I have a plan for that. I'm going to need this. I totally built a compressed argon factory that makes like 400 plus, or 400 compressed argon. So I can just bring that in now. It is compressed. We do be compressed. And that means I don't need this at all. I still need this though. Yeah. Don't need this or this. Alright, that's making nitric from ammonia. Do I really need this? Like, do I really need to do the ammonia here? I mean, yeah, it's easier because I can directly make compressed oxygen and hydrogen. Interesting that it ends up needing more of the oxygen than the hydrogen. Humma. Humma. Alright, if you were 20. If you were 30. More than I get out of that. That's 23. Interesting. Oh, my lights just flickered. Hope I don't get a power outage. If we get a power outage during a stream, consider the stream effectively over for at least 40 minutes. Because that's about how long it takes for the internet to come back after a power outage. At least. We had that happen the other day. It was a bit rainy, not even storming, just rain. And the power flicked out for 20 seconds, if that. And then the modem failed to connect to the internet for nearly an hour afterwards. It would not connect. It would refuse to connect. It was like, okay, guess I'm not doing anything for a while. May as well just read on my Kindle. Not much else I can do. Okay, what are we working on now? So the extra graphene should help with battery 2s. Because, I did sort of just double my graphene production and then some. God, that drone launcher. Don't even know what is issue with drone launcher. What is the issue? The oh. It all comes round back to the sensor ones. And their lacking of glass. Still? Oh, it went to chem samples and it didn't go to the mall. Yo, please. Go to the mall. Thanks. Alright, I was working on, like, scaling up soda ash, right? Speaking of which, soda ash, hello. I need to, like, go through every single one of these source priorities and put that 15-second wait timer because the outputs don't hold enough to guarantee that I fully offload from the trains each time they come in, leaving me in situations like what was happening there, where the train will sit and wait to be idle, but the consumption rate is such that it's just enough that it slowly outputs from the train, forcing the train to sit there until it is fully empty, and that can potentially take an hour, or who knows how long, of it not delivering to other stations. So it's like, okay, well, we're going to fix that now. We need to fix that. You may also notice I've done a bit of land filling. Pretty much everywhere that is currently visible, I have filled in with landfill, and in fact, I am producing in 2 buildings at this point. Where's my other? There it is. Hello. I have 2 buildings producing landfill, so yeah, I have enough for the moment, I think. Hello, Ollie. You have something on your back. There we go. It's like I saw white on your back. White garbage on your back. How's my boy? You gonna come and settle? Do I need to do cat cam? There's cat cam. Hello. Oh, you're gonna bite me? Hey. Stop. Unlatch. Owie. That hurts, you know. Yeah, your pawn, your clawing. Hey. Ow. That actually broke the skin quite a bit. Owie. Owies. I'm bleeding. From that scratch. You're gonna give me cat scratch fever. You're gonna give me cat scratch fever. That's what you're gonna do. He actually does. He carries the bacteria that causes it. I'm like not actually joking. He does carry that, so I have to actually disinfect at the break. At the break, I will need to use some like antiseptic on this. Dang it, you! On my hand, frickin' Ollie. Yeah. The fangs did not break the skin. The biting didn't, but that scratch sure as hell did. Ow! It burns. It burns. Ah. Anyway. Let us continue. So, I really do need one of these. Oh, hey. I have one of these. Isn't that glorious? Alright then. I now need a missile launcher. Hello. missile launcher with a missile too. Where be that missile too? Hello. And then, ahem. What am I going to aim at? Because missiles you cannot launch just willy-nilly, right? You have to actually hit something with them. So we'll do that, and then boom. Well, I wasn't expecting that. Huh. Why? Wait, what? What do I have it set to? Do I have it set to every 40? Oh god, I have it set to every 40. I would lose half an hour. Well, that's a thing. That just happened. Whoopsies. They seem to have added a few effects to the missile compared to vanilla. They seem to have added a few things to it. How the hell are you supposed to use that safely? Like, really, how in the world are you supposed to safely use that? Like, I don't think that there's a way. Okay, how to... What was here? Oh, no, that's a great question. I don't remember. Some of this that I don't really care about. One of those died. Yeah, I don't remember. We're gonna leave that, like, uncovered so that we know what happened. Alright. I'm pretty sure we also got through that checkpoint to use the thing, so... Yeah, we're gonna not have... Get out of my inventory. Get out of there. We're not gonna use that for anything ever again. Unless we need it for something. You need it for excavation drones. Please tell me. Oh god, I do need it. Oh boy. Yeah, we need it. Yeah. Dang. And that's gonna use the level 1. Yep. This is a requirement for the game. I need to make excavation drones because excavation drones are required for asteroid miners, and that's going to be required to get into copper and uranium. 2 things that will be necessary in the next phase of the game. So we will need to maintain production of the missile 2s for that. And it needs boxed missile 2s for that, so I may as well just start boxing them. Oh boy, yeah. That left a bit of a hole. Wait, why are you not? What? Oh, I must have accidentally. I must have accidentally, do you? Ah, and here too. So what was here? I don't know. There had to have been something. There was something. Something with sulfuric acid. Not the explosives. Was that my water fill? No, water fill is there. Huh. Something involved in the production of explosives? No. Dang it, that's gonna bug me. What was here? You know what we're gonna save? And I'm gonna, like, load a previous save. And I'm gonna look here and load back in so I can, figure out what in the world was here that got demolished. The answer is, oh, of course. The answer is nothing. The answer is nothing. It was merely that and one of these buildings. So, I'll add that back in. Oh, and apparently I made an oopsie there as well. That one stays, at least. Fucking cat. Okay. Phew. Well, that was, that was a thing that I was not expecting. Okay. We have gone through both of the remaining required checkpoints. So now I can queue Terraforming 1. Oh yeah, it replaces land with water in a 4x4 sector area. May raise terraforming rating of the planet the same as terraforming drones. Interesting. Destroys everything but resource patches in a 4x4. Interesting. Terraforming drone. Replaces landscape with gray terrain. Clears stuff. Will raise terraforming rating when replacing purple, volcanic, or black. That's necessary information that didn't used to be there. The cat's in the way, but anyway. Yeah. So that tooltip there That it used to actually explain, hey, terraforming rating will go up when you replace purple, volcanic, or black terrain. And this is... And it says that when you use tan instead of gray, that it gives a 1.25x effectiveness to the change, and the change affects purple, volcanic, and black. And the brown one is 1.5. The red one is 1.25. The beige is standard, as is the gray. And the beige is made from beige landfill. So brown landfill is the most effective. The thing is, I'm making tan. I have tan. I have a freaking F-ton of tan. All of these otherwise have the same material cost of construction bot 3s and rocket fuel and excavation drones. So yeah, about that. Oh hey, there's the autosave. Thanks. So I'm gonna stick with tan, because tan is what I'm making and it's what I have, even though brown appears to be the most effective. Brown... Holy crap. Brown. I'm gonna do brown. F that. I need brown for botany, apparently. So we're gonna do brown. We're gonna actually go and we're gonna make the brown landfill. Right the hell ass now. We're gonna make a factory. We are going to build a factory. Brown landfill. We're gonna make 30 of it, at least, if not more. And we're gonna make it out of crushed bauxite. Why out of crushed bauxite? Because when we make crushed bauxite, we end up with gravel. We end up with gravel and sand, but we can fluidify sand. Sand we can get rid of, but we end up with gravel. We actually don't even have enough gravel. Oh my goodness. This doesn't even give enough gravel. Wow. This is why I have a gravel factory. So I can import gravel from iron. So we need to do this near bauxite. Near a source of bauxite. So a convenient source of bauxite. Just to be very specific, it needs to be a convenient bauxite. There are a few candidates for this. My thought is here. Yeah, we're going to do this now because this is going to be very, very nice for replacing this terrain, this terrain, you know, this terrain. There's actually not too much that seems to count. It's only the It's only all the like volcanic biome stuff that will count towards the terraforming rating. All right, all of my bots are, you know, level 3 at this point, and I do have 100 of them, and I can have 100 active at a time. So I need a requester station for gravel. I will need to mine some bauxite. I will use speed modules. I could use better speed modules, but whatever. I need at least 45. Da 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 da. Where are you? Output. All right. Crusher needs to crush. There we go. Come on down. Sand. And then crusher for that. And 4 of these. That is unfortunately a little bit more than a lane of the Belt 4. This is going to be a little different. think I need to space this an extra tile. Yeah. I needed even another tile. My goodness. Ta-da! Okay, let's get this put into boxes. It will need to be boxed for the thingy, right? Not that one. The terraforming drone brown. Yeah, it's boxed landfill. Just so you're aware, it's 300 times 5 is the amount of actual landfill that gets consumed out of this. That's 1,500 units of landfill per drone. Speaking of which, I can actually... Huh? Where's the... Where's the terraforming? There you are. There's apparently a checkpoint available that isn't required to get into the science, but it's consume an excavation drone. Okay. That's fine. I'm just trying to think. Because I'm going to make those drones at the mall. I'm trying to think whether or not I want to have these pre-boxed. Because let's face it, I'm using tan landfill as my, like, water filling landfill. Even though this can make, like, hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of thousands of units much more quickly of this one, of the brown. Do I really want to use the brown? And realistically speaking, how much water is there actually around that needs to be filled that remains? And can I just use the tan? I think I can just use the tan. And this 30 is probably not even going to be enough. We'll see. We'll see. The terraforming thing is like a one-time deal. So I'm thinking of just boxing it and putting the boxed on the network. Yeah, seems fair to me. All right. That should do it. Also, unlike with deadlocks stacking, uh, boxed items are actually more resource dense per stack. Generally, there are items that are denser. In this case, I don't think that's true. In this case, it is a 1-to-1 because, landfill stacks to 500. But there are other instances that I have seen in here where it is not a 5-to-1 difference on the stack size. Just try to, check. Don't forget to check some of the boxes. Because you may find out, hey, actually, it may be more intended that you have the box stuff put on trains. So I need to figure out how much this actually is. That's 6 boxes per second times 120 divided by 100 divided by 2. So 4-ish is what I want that limited to. Alright. Now, do I want to have the boxed be? Yeah. Boxed brown landfill. Cool. That is that, I suppose. Let me head back because we can set up this excavator. Yeah, oopsies. Okay. Excavation. What building? Why is that just hanging out there? Pfft. Excavation. Drone. Oh. What? Oh, this becomes available once I get this. Once I get the Terraforming 1 tech finished. Right. It will need the demolition drone first. And that needs missile box 1. And that will need missile box 2. Great. Fan-freaking-tastic. So we can't do that at the moment. Fine. What can we do at the moment? Oh, I got some upgrades. What can I do? Well, we can get additional prototypes. The problem is I don't have production of any of this crap outside of the mall. And I don't have sufficient production of it inside of the mall either. At least for the, for one of those things. For one of those items, at least. I don't think I have enough. Like, oh yeah, I was having issues making enough of that stuff. So, what are my bottlenecks? How can we address the bottlenecks? Looks like lab 2s are becoming a problem. Where are lab 2s? Also, return the cat. There's the cat. Ugh. Lab 2. What be your issue? You do not have sensor node 1. Or 2, I think that's the 2. No, that's 1. And this isn't moving because of a lack of sensors. Sensor 1. Sensor 1, sensor 1. Okay, I'm probably gonna have to make a sensor 1 factory. I'm gonna have to make a glass, like better, improved glass. Speaking of, what is the best glass I have right now? So this soda lime is what I'm doing at the moment, and we have another level, which is based off of this here. So set that up. We're going to need to make sodium sulfate. Oh right, I need like salt here in the mall. There's some stuff I completely forgot about. Out of sodium hydroxide. Yeah. Go ahead and do that. Import and box it. Import and box it. Import and box it. Import and box it. I don't have enough of any of this stuff, but we will manage. Okay, so there was something for the rocket fuel. Yeah. Something for the rocket fuel. I need to bring in iron oxide and I need salt. Salt. Glorious salt. Okay. Salt from brine. Brine. Oh, do you make steam? You make steam. So the whole point is to do the steam brine, I think. But we're not. But no. We not to do this. And that is salt. Salt productive. Thanks. Give all of the salt. All of the salt shall be mine. Do you even make enough saline in one of these? 140? 500? Really? Go fast. Oh, that's a plant 2. No, plant 3, please. Please. Please go fast. Makes nearly enough. It doesn't even get enough seawater to go full bore, by the way. Because this actually... Oh, yeah, this does 600, so it's not quite enough. Actually, in reality, not quite enough. It should chew through the... I'm like, it should chew through the saline, or the seawater, that it doesn't have 100% uptime. Should do that. Just took a moment. There you go. Now you definitely have enough. You make more than enough brine, and this will make more than enough salt. I can actually upgrade that, maybe. Actually, it's not necessary, but 7 salt per second. We have the salt. The salt shall flow. The salt shall flow. Yes, glorious. I also need the iron oxide. Thanks. I hate that this doesn't work. I just need to point this out yet again. This has never functioned properly. This has never functioned properly. By pushing C, it should automatically place the first icon in the second slot. That's how that operates normally. That's how that normally works. First slot, copy to second by pushing C. So you don't have to go through the effort of finding the thing twice. It does not do that from remote locations. If you are not close enough to the location, it will not do that. It will only do that when you're like close enough to it. It's like, what? Excuse me? Like if you're accessing it from that menu, it won't work. It works only when you're standing next to the thing and doing it yourself manually from the location. It sucks. It royally blows. Yes, it sucks and blows at the exact same time. Really, there's no green? No green inserters right now? Great. That's why I haven't upgraded generally to them, is because their production is not sufficient. Because of lack of blue filter inserters, and blue filter inserters are lacking sensors. Not sensor 2s, sensor 1s. Because of sensor 1s. Because of glass. Great. Fantastic, even. That would be a consistent supply of the stuff there. At least it should be. Cough, hack, wheeze. Did I never? No, I did. Do I need to be near anything? For you? Probably not. I'm not mining anything for you, so off we go. Um, there are things that I did off screen. Yeah, I scaled the sodium hydroxide up to like 30 or something like that. I scaled it up. I don't remember exactly by how much, but I did scale it up and I switched it to the lime-based voiding of chlorine rather than going through that whole effort of the crushed limestone. So I'm going to place this factory down somewhere. Here is good. Now we're going to go over and I'm going to take my break because it is break time. I have yet to change my alarm on my phone so that it goes off at the normal break time. But it is time. Here, let me do this live. You need to do this on Sundays as well. Thanks. With that, I'm going to take a brief break, and I will be back in just a few minutes. And I have returned. Unfortunately, I did disinfect my little scratch here, but the bandages are not really sticking to my hand, you know? Because of course they don't actually do the job that they're supposed to do. Because they just don't want to stick. They just don't stick. Do you normally stream on Sundays? I do now. I do now. This is a new thing. New, quote unquote. I used to normally stream on Sundays, but then I stopped for a good while, and now we're going back to it. We're gonna go back, and we are going to be permanently streaming on Sundays. This will be permanent. We need more progress. Now Sundays will be a day in which I will use as a day to play other games if there are other games that I'm interested in playing. Just know that for now we are going to be continuing our Nullius series regularly on Sundays, and if I do wish to play something else on Sunday, I will announce that ahead of time. Here's my boy. There's the Ollie. Yes, Ollie, thank you so much for giving me that scratch. Thank you so much for using your claws on my hand and actually making it bleed. So, we are building additional glass. This is additional glass. This will be glass 2, not a change to the current glass, but something new. Something new. A plus to glass. It is going to need silica, so should I make the silica? Oh, will you not? Mr. Cat, now you're gonna be all lovey-doveys. Now you're gonna be all Mr. Nuzzles poking your face into my hand on the keyboard. No, I don't think you deserve it. After hurting me. You don't deserve it. You hurt me. So do I go through all this effort, copying all this up here, like mining more sandstone? There is sandstone right there. I can mine it. And I can process it. This does use a pretty significant amount of silica. But it does complicate things a bit. Let's see, that is the new ingots, which is a lot more silica than what I need if I were to just copy paste. I think I'm just gonna bring it in. Screw it. We're gonna import the stuffs. I need to get a proper different copy from a thing that's not. Okay. You. I will need soda ash, lime, silica, the thingy, and the thingy. Really, is that the spacing I want for this? And that needs to be the fluid. The fluid. Alright. Time to measure. Yeah, that's the spacing I need it to be. Oh well. Have to cover over this limestone. Is there anything in here that... Oh, right, lime. I could lime local. Because, you know, sandstone. Yeah, big boy. Oh. Focus on the baby. There, we've focused. We have focused on the baby. Uh. Hmm. All of this will need to be boxed. Yes. Yes. All of it will need to be boxed. The 5 of them. And yes, this is sulfuric acid at glass 2. Yeah, alumina at glass 2. Our soda ash at glass 2. Our lime at glass 2. Our sodium hydroxide at glass 2. And our silica at glass 2. Ta-da! I remembered everything. Oh, you moved? You moved? You moved. Yes, that's a birdie. That's a birdie. We want to see the birdie? It's a bell. It's a bell. Yeah. Yeah, it's a bell. You're gonna nuzzle the bell? I need to take pictures of this. I need to take pictures of this bell. Fine bone china. Tinkle, tinkle, tinkle. Yes, yes. What am I looking for? Sodium hydroxide. Here. Lime. Glorious lime. Soda. Soda, soda. And alumina. Alumina. Plus sulfuric. Lots and lots of sulfuric. Alright, you. Ta-da! That is all of that covered. Next. That. Which one of these was the staff? You? Yes. Really? Bonk. Bonk. Really? Really? 22 modules short. Aw, frick. I need to... Blah. Don't you just hate byproducts? Da da ba da. 9, 10, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. 18. There be 18. There's totally 5, isn't there? Great. Something is... Something is blocking my trains from being able to access this area. What could it be? Gee, I wonder. I wonder what it could be. You? There. Da da da. Okay. Just waiting on trains now. To slide their way in. Alright. That would help. Maybe. Hello. Ah. That would also help. There you go. There you go. Signals. Signals are good to have. Focus. Focus the baby. There's the focus. Yes, there's the focus. Focus, focus. And we are crafting. Glorious. Beautiful. Let there be crafting. I need a box. I need a box. I need a box. Dun dun dun. How many boxes does this make? 16! Oh goodness. Well, dying. 75. Okay. We got tech. Ta-da. Oh hey, there's rocket science. There it is. There it is. We're almost at the rocket science. We are clear to get into astronomy tech at this point. So I'm thinking that on Tuesday we will be getting astronomy tech. That's going to be the thing for Tuesday's stream, is to get astronomy tech. Because I should, at that point, so long as I allow the game to run for long enough, I should have the stuff. So now that I've sort of solved this little bottleneck, the intention to continue the day today was to scale up science. I need to actually give these names. S glass 2. D glass 2. The intent was to help to go through and start really scaling science, uh, at least to double it. If not double it, then more, just more. Thing is, you have to do that sort of across the board, and it's a little hard to do that for, the one science that is the biggest bottleneck in the base, which is the physics apparatus. Getting this one scaled is the biggest issue. I'm pretty sure. I am pretty certain. Oh, right. I need to do productivity module 2 in this. Whoopses. Yeah. Yeah, it's the physics apparatus that is the niggling issue on here. Now, I'm processing my ability to process science. I think it's like in the 4 to 5-ish range per second, something along those lines. I make, of all of the sciences right now, with the exception of the physics science because it doesn't quite make enough, 2 per second. That's what I've planned for all of the sciences, is around the idea of 2 per second. But we are at a point in the game where sciences are costing, a few units each, and the cycle times are not getting any better. They're not improving. Now that is a checkpoint. Now that is a thing. What even is this number? Okay, so how many zeros are we looking at? Can my eyes see properly? So there's 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 place values. Consume 1.5 trillion? No. 100,000. 1.5 billion carbon dioxide, and I'm gonna say that that's also 2 billion oxygen. Great. How much of that, of all time, of CO2? Does it even tell me? Over all time? See, we're doing compressed. It does it not. I don't think it counts compressed. Well, we've done 1.8 billion of the CO2. We've produced 1.8 billion, but was that for consumption? What was that? Consume 1.5 billion carbon dioxide of either the regular or the compressed. Okay, and then produce 2 billion oxygen. We haven't produced 2 billion oxygen, at least not as regular oxygen. What about as this one? Yeah, we're not quite there. Unless it counts the compressed as more value per unit than regular. And then as for consuming carbon dioxide, we haven't consumed. Where's the compressed carbon dioxide? The compressed carbon dioxide, 49 million, plus 1.1 billion. I don't think we've quite consumed it yet, but by the time that checkpoint becomes relevant, I think it just will automatically happen. That checkpoint should clear the moment it becomes available. I don't think there's going to be any waiting around for it to happen. And that's sort of one of the issues of I think with the checkpoint system in general, like, what's the point of it being a checkpoint if it's like something that's automatically happened just in the course of things? And if it hasn't happened in the course of things, you're just gonna make people sit and wait for it to happen? Like, that's not cool. That's not fun, engaging content. That's not actually valuable, and it should not exist. Anyway, things. Looks like I actually have enough boxed missiles now. That's great. Of regular missiles. We're not gonna talk about missile twos. We're not gonna talk about missile twos. Missile twos. Yeah, they exist. They are a thing which exists. So, for the next hour, unless someone, for whatever reason, wishes to extend the stream by an hour, uh, for our final hour, what are we doing? Because, I mean, there's not really too much that has unlocked. Okay, we got coprocessor 3s. Do I have a spot? I do have a spot for another coprocessor. Alright. What do we need for you? Battery 2s, small cargo pod 2. You know, it would help if I had some modules, but whatever. Small cargo pod 2. That's you. Don't know if I'm technically making this anywhere, but apparently not. Battery 2 will just be a thing that will happen once I get delivery of graphene. And that will get me my coprocessor 3 that will go in my backpack. Right, how are these doing? That's a great question. How are we doing on the robot replacements? So I can see that we're over halfway. We're actually about 75%-ish of the way through on the Constructo bots, and we've done a good chunk of the Logi bots. Just remember that with the logistics bots, the more that get replaced, the fewer I actually need, because the speed difference is significant between the two. And there's a difference in how much they can hold. So, yeah. The problem is that it's difficult to just straight pull out a specific type of robot without, having another mod that will do that. And then good luck getting a mod that's actually compatible with Nullius as well. The one that I have is compatible with Nullius. It's built-in compatibility, but it does not let you pick a robot to pull out of the network. It replaces what's in the network. It does not target and pull out specific bots. So I'm going to go through and I'm going to grab these Mark II bots myself and start work on pulling out the lower tier bots. This is just the low hanging fruit area where I have a whole bunch of these hangers. If I go down to like 0 of 0 available, then I'll probably flood in some more of the lower tiered ones, but as things currently stand, I have some time. Alright, how much have I pulled out? A bit, but there's still like lots. Yeah, there's less than 2.8k available, so I can't pull out all of the level 2 bots. We don't have enough level 3s to fully saturate everything. Looks like I have pulled out all of the Constructo bots. No, not quite. There's still quite a few. So I have to find where they're hiding. Okay, there's 100 of them. There's 100. There's 88 more. Alright, there's a few less now. Where are you hiding? And this is the perpetual problem. Alright, I think we're almost there. If we haven't gotten them all. That was all of them. Okay, we're no more Constructobot 2s exist in the network. We do still have 2,863 of the Logibot 2s. And I will need to have at least some of them remain. But I'm gonna still pull out a bunch. Pull out as many as I can, in fact. Alright, where are y'all hiding? In here? You think you can hide from me? There is no hiding from me. I ended up losing a hanger in here, I think. I've just noticed that. I am looking at the tooltips. By the way. This is also having the effect of, like, forcing more of the level 3 bots to be active, which helps. That actually helps. Because I want the level 3 bots to be active. Ideally, I want all of the level 3 bots to be active. Oh god, you're hiding in the strangest of places. In places that make total sense, by the way. This request is pretty consistent. Gosh, we still have over 1,000 free. Whoops. I did not mean to pull out a stack of Constructobots. That was not intended. Alright, so I may be getting it to a point it may start being a bit of a waste of time. To try to continue pulling out these bots. There are 1,088 left. And fewer than 1,000 active. So I'm going to keep pulling them out. Like, I don't see a reason why not. As long as I can keep finding them and pulling them out. Of course, you can automate this process. It's a little bit of a pain. You have to use filter inserters, and you can put filter inserters on every single storage. Every last one. Every hanger. And it will filter them out and pull them out. Put them into chests. Alright, yeah, there's likely places I haven't been checking. Like, there has to be a set that I was missing. Looks like I had found it. Wow, still 770 of them? Like, where are you? 770. I guess I should check all these. I'm not seeing any bots hanging out in those. Yeah, I just don't want the game to assign orders to level 2 bots if it's possible. Because I want it to use level 3s. Since I don't need as many of the level 3s. If it uses the level 3s, I won't need as many bots active. Like, what's frustrating is that there are 800 free robots, and if all of them were Logibot 2s, I have enough of the others to be active. Like, excuse me. Yeah, they're like getting immediately reassigned as level 2 bots when I have level 3s just sitting around and doing nothing. What? Like, this is problematic. A problematic limitation. Well, I've done what I can. I don't think I'm realistically going to be able to pull out too many more because of this issue where they're getting requested immediately now. Or almost immediately. They're not just sitting and hanging out like they were. I've pretty much cleared out what I can. So let's try to figure out what else I can do. What else is there to do? Well, we need to scale. We need to scale, and there's really nothing I can do to get around that. There's the science, or there's the rockets tech. For reference, I am going to try to set up the silo at the least between streams. We'll see, because that needs boxed productivity module 2s. Great. So what are we going to do after I beat Pi? I haven't really given it any thought. We've got a long way to go. I haven't given it any thought at this point. We've got time. We've got time before a decision can be made. Oh boy. Well. Water well. Am I in a different location? I am in the same location. I have just changed the setup a little bit. I removed my green screen and I moved a bookcase. I moved the bookcase. This is actually real bookcase with real books and games and game cases that are empty. It's very real. Oh yeah, power. How's power doing? How is power doing? I don't know. Do I even have enough stuff to scale the power? Probably not. This is just a bookcase that I've had. It's been up against the wall over there, but now it's free floating in the middle of the room on carpet, and I have to have stuff that's behind it that's heavy to actually prevent it from falling backwards. Of course, the cats love it. The cats enjoy going up top and being right behind, because I took, you'll notice back over that way that the stack of boxes and this console table that those boxes were on, that the cats would sit on top of, and we had the other mat, to sit on top of and rest on. That entire setup is now behind this bookcase. It's behind the bookcase, and the cats, if they're up on that top section, I can sort of like see a hump up from above the bookcase behind me. There's like, you could just see the hump of the cat just barely poking out above the edge. Is it just that box sits just below the edge, just a bit. Yeah, so they like it up there. And I also took apart the green screen, so the actual screen itself is on the floor. It's on the floor back behind the bookcase here, or shelving. And they're using the screen as a bed now. They're using my green screen. It's a bed for the cats now. It got claimed immediately as I was taking it apart and was trying to get the screen off of the bar. It was already claimed. Ollie got inside of the green screen when it was like on the floor, draped. The bottom section was on the floor as I was trying to pull the bar out because it got stuck. And when I finally got it out and I was going to pull up to fold the thing, there was resistance on the floor. I was like, what's going on here? And Ollie had already like made himself burrowed himself inside of the green screen, the cloth, and was like, really, cat? So I folded it and put it on the ground, and it's like, you use this then. You shall use this. Like, was ripping anyway, so it's like, whatever. So much for that screen. It was not quality, to say the least. It was not quality. Same with the bars to hold it up was not quality. At least now I don't have to deal with having the broken tripod stand. Yes, now it is a quality bed for the cats. I do have an older green screen cloth somewhere around. I can have another bed for the cats. We can have 2 green screen beds. Woohoo. Like, it's funny, I bought this new green screen to be a better green screen with new stands a little while back, and like a full kit, and I like immediately broke it on one side of it. It's like, okay, and that was that side of it. That side of it, I have my piano. The piano's actually still over there. Managed. You can see there's the piano on its thing, on its stand, and I had to use the stand poking out. You can't even really see it, but part of the stand for the piano sticks out on a bar, and I just had the green screen stand up against that to try to keep it held up. It was like, yeah, that's nice. That's good. That's great. And then on this side, it was always in the way on the other side. So now I don't have it in the way, and I can actually move. Can I play the piano? I was learning to play it, but I haven't really touched it in a very long time at this point. I don't even know if my electric piano there is still working, because if you might not have been around, but well, a little while back, when I used to have the piano next to me on this side, like underneath my table desk that the cat is sitting on, there was enough space underneath. I had like little table, smaller table that it sat on top of, so that it was actually accessible in this location. I was able to do stuff on it, but then one day, a cat knocked over a pot of coffee sitting on my desk, and coffee poured inside of this electric piano while I was streaming. This happened live. So, while the piano still functioned at the time and continued to function afterwards, a little glitchy afterward, little bit glitchy afterwards, but still functional. At this moment in time, after it being a little while, I don't know if it remains functional. It is quite possible that areas inside have corroded, that corrosion may have spread over the course of time, and there may be some more issues with it now. I don't know if that is the case because I haven't used the thing in a while. Guess it's simple enough. I can attach it back to the... I can like plug it in and see, hey, are you actually still working? But otherwise, besides that, I just don't know right now. Not like I've had particularly much time to muck about with it. It was a thing that was on my mind as a thing that I wanted to do and learn and all that, and then I just stopped. To do other things. Then other things. Right, where are all these bots? Oh, there's few bots. There's fewer free bots now, so I think they may be active of the ones that are remaining. Yes, the cats strike again. I've actually forgotten at this point which one did it. Someone did it. It might have been Ollie. I think it was Ollie, and it was partially my fault. Because I had the coffee pot sitting in the way of the cats getting into the window. So what ended up happening was the cat was trying to climb on top of the coffee maker to get to the window, and I tried to grab the cat to show on screen. And they clawed onto the top of the coffee pot, and so when I pulled back, they had clawed in, and it pulled the whole coffee maker down with the pot inside with some coffee in it, and it spilled the coffee. So it was really my fault for trying to pull the cat back. They were just doing the normal thing that they normally do. They just had their normal response to getting picked up. They didn't want to be picked up. Didn't want to get pulled away, so they tried to dig in on their spot with their claws so that they didn't have to go anywhere. Come on. Go in here. Anyway, what are we doing? That's a great question. What are we doing? What are things? What are things? What are we doing? We are we still have no productivity modules to finish off the modules that I need for the other builds, but whatever. Oh yeah, that's a few of those. Let's get those out of my inventory. It is nice seeing more of the faster robots being active. But for now, you're mostly empty. Take those. What are the fields of blue on the map? Those are solar collectors. That's my power. So this is, yeah, solar collectors, my thermal solar setups for power generation. This is the like level 2 stuff with Stirring Engine 2s. In here, this is the only part that's level 2s. Everything else is level 1s. So all the sea of blue taking up so much space, yeah, all that is up to 3.1 gigawatts of power. And if it seems like it's taking up a lot of space, it is. It is significant. Interestingly enough, I think I've actually pretty much saturated my production of the physics science at this point. So it wouldn't surprise me if soon I may be running out of certain other sciences. As in, I may at some point fairly shortly see that, oh hey, there's a particular science that isn't here anymore, that's not physics. So let's have a look at the other sciences. Let's have a look. So mineral samples. How are these looking? See? Mineral samples. My storage is not full of mineral samples. Yeah, this is sitting here, but it's not full anymore. Meaning that I am using this at the rate that it is being produced. So I need to come and upgrade this. Unfortunately, I would really like to have my productivity modules. I guess I'll just have to use the level 1s. Where are modules? Hello. Level 1s. Bring me a few. Oh yeah, it would help if my... it would help if my logistics requests were active. Okay, I have a few of these now. Right. Yeah, because we had a bit of an accident today, and when you have a bit of an accident, the game turns off logistics and auto trash checkbox. It turns that off. Oh boy. Welp, that was the thing. That just happened. I'm just gonna go. So yeah, I need that there. Go up and fill these in. We had a little bit of an accident. Checkpoint required consuming a missile 2. We had to consume a missile 2. And here I was thinking, this is the missile mechanic. You put down a thing, you aim at the thing, it goes, it blows up the thing. And missile 2 is surely just more damage than missile 1. That's the only difference, right? No, you're actually launching a nuke. A fusion nuke. But still a nuke, and yeah. So those are all done. This is full. You know what I never did? I never actually assigned that. Yeah, now we have a reminder. Now we have a reminder of don't use missile 2s. Ever. Never ever shall we use a missile 2 again. What else? What else? That is the other things. So, these guys. Oh, good. So the moment I hit the button to keep open, it lets me actually move my train. Oh, you know, the flooring, the buildings that were there, and my life. A great way of getting rid of all of those things. As well as, all this was water. It made a ring of water that I had to landfill. That's one way to make water on demand. Anyway, That would help. Ah. Yeah, that's a bit more. That is a bit more. Just a smidge. That makes enough. Yeah, that makes enough too. Just needs to probably a bit more of that. And I'm actually, using the output of this, so. Well, that'll be that. That should help. And fill that back up. How about for these? How are these looking? How's this looking? It is not full, and it's not backed up. Missing belt. Where? There. Still. Wow. Ah. Go here. I would like to produce 5 per second, approximately, on these sciences. So, off we go. The problem is, I would also like to upgrade the recipes for the other. I think it's 2. I have 2 other alternate science recipes available as of now. So there's the electrical prototype that has this recipe: processor 2, sensor 2, battery 2. Yeah, battery 2s are a problem at the moment, at least until I get enough. I get more graphene. I need more graphene for those batteries, battery 2s. But this is a better recipe, technically, considering that each cycle of this is 50 out for, 3 items. 3 pretty complex items, but that ratio is really nice. It's just it has to be in the mall, and that's another train station that is a supply that will need to be converted to a supply station, etc. But it's doable. Just as long as it's not the primary, and I keep the other one for a while until I sort out the production stuff, and then there's the mechanical prototype, which also has an alternate recipe, and this one is pump 3 plus steel cable. Same thing. Pump 3s are a bit too complex, really, to do in its own factory, so this would also be from the mall. So much for not wanting to make science at the mall. Yeah, so much for not wanting to do all of the things ever at the mall. Anyway, you, that. Oh. That is an intake too. Ba, ba, ba. Doop, 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 doop. Boop. What are you trying to get? Just the nitrogen? We now have 7. 5 is the magic number, so 373. Yeah, 1 is fine. 1 is good. 186. It's enough. Yeah, that's enough. And then, yeah, like the volcanic gas is just trivial, extreme trivial. So that should help as well. Then it's just, the other two, and physics, of course. Um, I think this has the capacity to do more than 5. I'll have to check. I say 5, but it's one boxed physics. Yeah, it's just with these types of mods, in the end, it all goes. You're pretty much forced towards doing things with robots anyway. So it really becomes just a bot base rather than a mall at some point. So yeah, if all 4 of these were operating at full capacity, that would be 5, more than 5 physics apparatus per second. So I'm gonna come over here and I'm gonna set up a few of these large buildings out yonder for those other sciences, if it lets me on those other sciences. It lets me for the mechanical. Oh, and then I have to think, is there a chemical? It must be boxed only. Yeah. Oh god, it's boxed only, and it needs styrene and glycerol and solvent and sulfuric acid. Barrels! So many barrels. And you end up with barrels. Great. This is one that I am not interested in doing so much, but it does produce 40. It does make 40, and apparently we need boxed stuff. Hmm. Again, like, this needs to be done in the mall. So, as awful as it is having to do, like, the barreling of styrene and glycerol and solvent, and having to make all three, having to make styrene and solvent at the mall, as awful as that is, ah, we just gotta live with it. So, mechanical prototypes, productively, we're going for 5 per second. That is not the recipe. That is the recipe. Hello. Yeah, that's more like it. Really. There's just not many pumps, huh? And then so that was the mechanical. The other one. What was the other one? Electrical. Small only. That's a little weird. Why is that small only? That's crazy. Why is that small only? Like, let me do it in the big. That's a waste of resources. Like, the reason why this is not okay is that this has a speed of 8. Whereas this has a speed of 2, meaning I need a lot of these to hit at least 5. I need 7 of these small assemblers. And of course, there's no batteries because there's no graphene. There's not enough graphene for them. And the graphene isn't even moving. Why? What did I do? I stopped providing nitrogen. That'll do it. You know what? Just import it. Just import the stuff. All those wires correct? I think so. Oh, right, I didn't change that name. Yo, plastic. Your R. Acrylonitrile. That plastic. Alright. That's flowing yet again. And this is moving. Slowly, but it is moving. It will catch up on the nitric. And then I will have graphene again. And everything will be awesome. That needs to stay there. Prototypes, 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 prototypes under intermediates. Give me... Alright. This one. Mechanical. This one. Electrical. Then I just need to add in here. Append. Append. Okay. That just leaves chemical. Scaling chemical. Oh, right, I need that too. Is that moving, or are you just pulling out of storage? I think they're pulling out of storage for that one. For the electrical prototypes. And some of the mechanical, I'm sure. There were prototypes. Oh, I need more bots. I was at 0 briefly of available robots. But you know, that's a problem that's gonna get solved just naturally, is it not? Right, I can replace that with a proper provider chest, which means it's not Logibot 3s, but there are things that do consume Constructobot 3s, which sucks because that means I have to freaking actually have real production of productivity module 1s. And like all of their componentry too. You're limited by yield modules, and you're limited by efficiency 2, and you're limited by what? Nothing? Nothing? Nothing. Tra-la-la. Just for the speed of the building. Oh yeah, level 3 thingy. You still need a battery too. Go ahead and do that thing. Make me stuffs. Don't know if I need to consistently make the stuffs though. Alright, speed, glorious speed. Coprocessor 3. Oh boy, I should move faster now. Ever so slightly, but I should be moving faster now. By a bit, considering it is another 12% multiple to movement bonus. Oh, this is... It's 12% added to your base speed. So it's 12% to your base speed, and then that gets multiplied by the movement bonus. Yeah, I think that's what it is. This impacts base speed, whereas the other thing is applied after that. It is multiplicative to the base speed. Okay, whatever. Doesn't really matter how it's been implemented, but it's fine. It works, it seems. Now, what we have here is that the crafting speed has been... my crafting speed is increased, and My speed is increased, and that's about it. That's all I really get out of this. Yeah, it's not much, but it is a way of getting extra crafting speed and speed without needing to have the other modules, the other like stuff, tools installed. So I can just focus on having mining tools installed, a bunch of mining tools, and my quadrupedal adaptation, which you could fit 2 of these in this chassis. Just gonna throw that out there. You could have 2 of them and run double speed, but 1 is fine for me. What is nice is that we have now filled up all of our slots. Yeah, the efficiency coprocessor, again, it only really impacts crafting, handcrafting. And it gives you this 40 kilowatt of energy surplus, whatever the hell that means. And then the productivity one is like inventory space. It's multipliers to your cargo pods if you're running cargo pods. Of course, I don't need to run cargo pods because my inventory is infinite in size. Yeah, it's gives you productivity on your handcrafting. So you get free stuff for your handcrafting, and you get more from your cargo pods. Woohoo. I just wish that speed impacted, like, improved mining speed at, like, as well. Because, yeah, that would be far more ideal. That would be way more ideal. So how are things looking? Have I gotten a delivery of graphene? Why, yes, I do have some graphene in here. So where are my battery 2s? Wait, that's not graphene. That's composite. What? Ah, I've used the graphene. Okay, looks like I will need more titanium sheets. Batteries. Batteries? It is graphene. Okay. It is what I'm waiting on. So batteries are being made, and pretty much all of the batteries that ever get produced are going to be coming to me before going to anything else, because I request 2,000 of them to have on hand. So unfortunately, this isn't going to move for a little while. Don't know what's the holdup on the pump 3s as well. There's that's a slight issue. Like, what is the holdup on pump 3s? You. Top-up valves. Excuse me? Top-up valves? Auxiliary? Iron? Wires? Iron wires. Iron wires. Iron wires. Iron wires. Oh my god. This whole time? This whole time. What? How? How? How is that even possible? I think I know. I think I may know. Yeah, that's why. Okay. So you know our little oopsie. It may have destroyed a few things extra. I think that all four of these got destroyed in our little oopsie moment here. Yeah, I think these got demolished from our whoopsie daisy moment. So yeah, that broke a few things. When it got replaced after being destroyed, it did not automatically reassign the priority, the source priority. That explains a lot. So, what have we gotten done today? Well, over the course of the day today, we set up a factory producing brown landfill. We also set up additional glass in a new glass factory. And we have been attempting to scale up the sciences to improve my rate of production of sciences. We also set up the fusion cells from tritium and deuterium. We set up those and made missile twos. We had a bit of an accident. Yeah, we had a bit of an accident, and an unintended a bit of unintended destruction. And we made rocket fuel as well. We made rocket fuel and consumed 5 units of rocket fuel so that we could get through the 2 final required checkpoints. We needed to consume a missile 2, and we needed to consume units of rocket fuel. So we did these things. We consumed these things. We consumed these things, and we are preparing for the future. And I have scaled up some more stuff over the course of the day today. Really, there's not too much straight up new. There's not too much that is straight up new. I will need to scale more of the graphene as we go along. We did go and we did upgrade graphene today, and we've done some other relatively minor upgrading of things. But that's generally the idea of what we're going to be doing going forward is just increasing the scale of things, getting more stuff. More stuff is on the agenda. Now, when we come back on Tuesday, ideally, I will have addressed most of the current scaling issues, and I will have all of the remaining techs unlocked through astronomy. So I should have most everything available. We will not go through this checkpoint here, so I will not get anything beyond this checkpoint. It looks like there are some technologies that would be available. Not this one, not carbon sequestration 3, but the landfill 5. This is not going to be available, and this mining productivity is not going to be available until the extraction here. There's also the placing of the mecha, the prototype, or the mecha 1. This is not going to happen, so this increased stack size won't happen. Well, I mean, it won't happen because it's astronomy science, but yeah, this checkpoint and the other one likely will not happen. But I should have the techs, at least, ready to go so that when we come back on Tuesday, I can start making satellites. I'm thinking I will try to make the silos, to have silos ahead of time, but we will work on getting astronomical data on the next stream. Ideally, we will get astronomical data. The thing is, at that point, okay, so I've set up astronomical data. Now I need to research a lot of things. So, oh boy, I hope we're ready for research, aka the stuff we've been doing this entire time. But hey, at least we'll be able to actually launch the stuff into space, the asteroid things into space, and be able to get stuff from asteroids soon. That would be great. Copper becomes a thing that we can make, that we can mine and make from asteroid mining. That will be necessary. That will be necessary and necessitate additional silos. So with that, folks, we have reached the end of the stream for the day today. I would like to thank you all for watching. This has been Otaku Show, but if you have enjoyed today's stream, please be sure to do all of the social and engagement stuff down below the video. Leave a like, leave a comment, subscribe if you've not yet subscribed, and hit the notification bell. Consider becoming a member of the channel by hitting the great big blue join button and supporting on Patreon at patreon.com/otakushow. But if you're so inclined and able, I hope folks have, liked the difference with the background going forward. And yeah, I hope to see you all on Tuesday.